excited because here on Farmertorque we have the chance to bring you our first video, sort of impression-y, hands-on, dare I say, vlog on a bit of the latest farming kit, which I reluctantly have to introduce, apparently, as a medium-sized tractor. Now, I don't know quite what's medium-sized about this. Some of you will already know this is a Case Optum 270. I guess if I'm next to the biggest things, I'm going to put that in perspective. And yes, being realistic, 300 horsepower, I can't believe I'm saying this as a farmer, is a medium-biggish sort of tractor. But without further ado, let's have a look and see what we think.
Fairly chunky front end. Whew. See the electric operation? You see, I'm merely holding my hand there. You get the picture. So, check the rear end. You should always do that, of course. It's just got some nice curves. It looks purposeful, a little bit mean at the front. Ooh, mean. Yeah, just proper tractor, really.
Summer. I've had this Case 270 Optum here for just over 24 hours. Most of that has been mucking about, taking photographs, etc. And as the weather's closed in, so yeah. But it has opened all sorts of thoughts to farmer because it's getting back playing with a big tractor again. Medium, sorry. Farmer calls it big. Let's call it medium. It's big, really. And that, as it used to be my life, living on these sort of things, has been really interesting. Tomorrow the weather's going to be better, so I look forward to going into greater detail, showing you some of the sexier things and what some of those 150 buttons do, and try and understand some of the screens and like here, front linkage. See you tomorrow.
Well, here's Farmertorque's first impressions of the Case Optum 270. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? I think we left it at front linkage. Seems a good place to start. Okay, so fairly chunky front end. Whew. Yeah. Designed, obviously, like all tractors these days, or I think most, designed for front linkage right from the beginning of things. I like our remote buttons, even one for the PTO down there. Socking great rams there. I think this lifts, oh, don't quote me, 6 tons. Plenty of provision for services up the front here. And the obligatory, why are all PTO covers that colour? There's a reason for it, but it's not the most aesthetic. Anyway, coming round, adaptive, the rams here for the adaptive front suspension, which my limited experience seems to work really well, and a bit close to my heart, I do CAD design, CAD computers and everything. These are complex, compound, that's the word we'll use today, curves. Pardon me, a bit of a winter cold here. And these curves, in this instance, the way this is all scalloped out, is so that this bad boy, this 630 front tyre, can, when the axle articulates and we're on full lock, that can go up there and not chew everything to pieces, which is nice. While we're at the front end, lighting. well, top link actually, but I'm not going to take that off. Looks pretty good, pretty well thought out. You've got two projector beam, Hella projector beams. Suspect they're quite good. They seemed so on a night, did a bit of night photography and they seem pretty good. In fact, these are all Hella. Good brand. And we've got the daytime running lights, the bar there at the bottom, and 3 projectors in there. This front one coming out sideways, the other one splitting the angle between that and the main beam. Suspect that's something to do with main beam or dip, but yeah, very neat, tidy. And while we're on the subject of lights, up the top there are 8 LED lights around the top, and we've got these 2 big work lamps here. So, pardon me. Yeah, pretty good lighting. What else have we got around here? 5 steps. We like 5 steps. Actually, we don't really like 5 steps, but we do like 5 steps because it means you can get up there. But fuel tanks. Here we go, fuel tanks. Who's interested in a fuel tank? Well, I'll tell you, if it isn't big enough, the person driving it is very interested in the size of the fuel tank. And this one at 630 litres, methinks, is sufficient. Rather prominent there is the AdBlue sign of the times. I had a friend who recently poured AdBlue directly into his diesel car's fuel tank. Sounds stupid, but it was easy. When I saw how the inlets were, easier to do than you think, and the consequences were dreadful. Here, I guess that's pretty obvious, so we'll stick with that. So, check the rear end. You should always do that, of course. This looks pretty normal, pretty chunky. See the yellow pickup hitch. Now, every bit of that is painted yellow so that you stand a chance of seeing it, which is marginal, but sign of the time. These big things are like that. I suspect you might. They've got a mirror up on the back window there, so you might be able to see it through that. I haven't checked. Hydraulic top link here. Services 1, 2, 3, 4 double acting services on the back. Good old-fashioned oil brakes there, but you still use those. And why I mention that is because air brakes and airlines, and down here is all the pheasants. Yeah, just to prove we live in the country, is the air compressor that seemed to upset the wildlife. So, nothing really surprises me on that. 4 speeds on the PTO. I'm obviously not keeping up. I thought that was, so we've got economy, always had economy. Well, we didn't always have economy 540, but now we've got economy 1000, which makes sense. So, remote controls up on here on the fenders. Fenders are rather large, as are these bigger bad boys, 710 42s. Sort of a ubiquitous size these days, I guess, on something like this. And Michelin Big X's, so they could run at pretty low pressures. I think the thing weighs 10.5 tons officially. It'd be nice to get it on a weigh bridge and see what it actually does weigh. And here, sign of the times. Forgive the shadows, come around here a bit. Sign of the times in there is all your particulate filters. And yeah, it's emissions, as I say, sign of the times. Now here's a rather sad detail I'd like to lift the front up. This whole front lifts up, but you need a key so that irresponsible people can't get their hands on it. I am obviously deemed irresponsible, but we've got the sun and the shadows there. But what I'd quite like to show you are these, a lot of tractors have this now, these complex radiator solutions that are engineered as one-offs, and they look beautiful. So we've got a main radiator back there, and then all this alloy, I'm guessing, is intercoolers and oil coolers. I'll go closer. Very sad, but farmer likes it. Might get a better view of them round here actually, so I'll I know it's sad, but we just think that looks nice. Of course, 5 minutes of work in a stubble field and you won't see a thing. Okay, let's have a look inside, which means Farmer has to I can just about reach that at full stretch. So we hop out there, and with great dexterity he climbs the 5 steps. And sorry for the shadows, but the sun's come out. I don't believe it. I quite like Case's colour schemes. Beige. I quite like the beige. Goes with the red, and yeah, it's not exciting, but it's pleasant. So considering I'm carrying a camera, it's pretty, and I've got my hat on, it's pretty easy to get in here. And let's shut the door. Oh, that's better. So what do we got? Pull this back and try and give you an idea what it looks like. Maybe better this side. Let's have a look from there. So pretty good view. This is about my eye level. And well, pretty good view. It's a magnificent view. And while we're on views, can we pick that up? These mirrors really are superb. They're superb at hitting quite high up tree branches on lanes, which is not really where I'm going with this. No, the top half gives a really good linear view. We like that, and the bottom half convex. Now normally I don't like those convex things, but these really are well thought out and what have you. Don't think I'd want to buy a replacement, but they're good. And then coming back over here, if I turn the key, and we'll get a few beeps and things. The ubiquitous screens. We have little screens. Oh, we've got, look, old-fashioned fuel gauge and things there. Blimey. And then Case's AFS Pro. I don't know what it is. What was it? It was a Pro Monitor 700, I think. And can I come around here? And yeah, that's pretty clear. And can't go through all, well, because I don't know all the details and everything else, but you've got their engine spit. That's the basic kick-off stuff that even I understand. And quite like the way we've got the information down the pillar there. Not unique, but quite neatly done, and hides behind the QE2 impersonation of a funnel there. And actually, driving it around, I thought that was a bit of a problem, but it's not too bad, actually. So where do we come down to here? Quite like this multi-controller. And I don't like the chrome. We could do without that. That's something to do with the Americans. Thank you, America. But comfortable, neat, nice big armrest here. And these buttons seem fairly logical. So yeah, we like that. Coming over here, can I come around here? 4-spool valve controls there, pretty easy, pretty simple, nicely color coded. And then a joystick. Ignoring the humour. That is, I don't know if it's mainly for the front linkage, but I think it can switch back. But assuming it controls the front linkage and all the things there. Very good, very easy. And I like this layout here. It initially looks a bit confusing, but it's nicely color coded, and I like the way the PTO is color coded out. And also, point that Farmer quite likes is the relevant knobs and switches are different, and some car manufacturers and we had a New Holland combine a few years ago where its controls were along here. The main controls you'd use quite a bit, and it was a row of about 12 switches, rocker switches, and they were all the same. And okay, you had no idea which one it was at night. And whereas something like this, you soon get used to that. You know you're on the front PTO, and there you see you can reference. So that's Well done, Case. We like that. And the layout here, if I come in, hold on, let me cut away. Dun. There. Hopefully with shadows. Loads of buttons. Well, we've got to have those, and you're never going to keep everybody happy, especially me. But I quite like the way we've got the silhouette of the tractor, and the relevant controls seem to be where they should be. So we've got all the diff locks around here, four-wheel drive in the middle, suspension, bit of engine throttle-y stuff, bit of headland management, and your good old remote control. Not my remote controls. I've been flying too many drones. So, yeah, that's cool. And what have we here? A reveal. Ta-da! Which makes me laugh, really. Sorry, Case, I mean, being a bit rude. It actually is quite good. I was expecting all these buttons high-tech, and I was expecting, I don't know what, but some gizmo and what have you. But we've got good old-fashioned twiddle knobs. They work. So, yeah. And if it was dark and you knew this tractor and you're used to it, you could work out which was which. Yep, good. Well done. Right. Coming up to here. So, pretty self-explanatory, I think. We've got climate control. We have a radio. We've got the light controls. Pretty simple. And a light switch I didn't try. I was using those last night. I should have tried that. It looks like a heated seat. Aha, we like that. And electric mirrors, which, as I touched on earlier, we like. And then as we come round here, the view out the back is, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. This wiper, which you've got to have, doesn't look too big. The casing's not too bad. Yep. That'll do, pig. We quite like, the royal we this is, I quite like this passenger seat. It's very simple, and ta-da! Yeah. Somewhere to strap your sandwiches down, and somewhere to put your coffee. So what have we got here? The steering adjusts always, which they all say, and they all do, but not all comes to a nice driving position, but this one does. So we approve of that. And this forward reverse on there, haven't quite got to grips with that, but you don't have to use that. You could use the buttons over here, so I can't really get on my soapbox there. Nice little, ooh, one of those. How does it go up? Oh, you just push it back up. That's easy enough. And a bin to put things you put bin. It's obviously a rubbish bin. And you can see how tidy I am. No rubbish. Either that or a very big mobile phone. A 1980s mobile phone holder? Maybe. Okay. Let's have a little drive. If I can get up the 5 steps, which I'm sure I... Stretching for the door. Up we go. 5. That was easy. Ignition. Yeah. We like. Engage, forward, thrust, and off we go. Yes, let's ignore that. It is a magnificent view of the world from up here. We like a lot. And it's quiet, like really quiet. And because I did read the book a bit, they claim 69 dBs of the decibel cycle, which I think that's pretty quiet. I think that's luxury car quiet, which is good. And yeah, it does feel quiet. It's a pleasant place to be. That's all you need, really.
This is a magnificent driving position, and I think rather than farming, this would be a rather good London commute vehicle with only slight jest. But it's certainly impressive, and despite the medium bit, this feels pretty high up. So, for some reason it doesn't automatically open the gates. There must be a button I can press. Maybe not.
So, a few impressions from Farmer on this case Optum. It's obviously can't do anything with it in February, but I've been actually driving it around quite a bit to take photographs, this and that and the other. And you do get used to the thing and you get a feel for it. And I have to say, for such a, I nearly said huge, medium-sized tractor, I still can't get my head around 300 horsepower being medium, but we will. I'll try. And so, on the basis for 300 horsepower, it's pretty handy, and I'm not going to say it shrinks around you, but it sort of does. And I quite like the look of it. It's quiet, it's comfortable, pleasant place to sit. It's pretty competitively priced, and which poses an interesting one against certain other makes that are quite a lot more. Quite often money talks, and so an interesting one to work out the sums and make your decision. But there you go. Look forward to trying this in anger in the summer and seeing what it actually performs like, and we'll bring that to you. But in the meantime, that's it from Farmertorque.
Will fit. Easy. As long as I'm sure they can put those wing mirrors back on again. Up here, go to church. Got questions about life. Yes. What tractor should I buy?